Researchers built 10 tiny digital worlds and handed the keys to AI. They wanted to know one simple thing. If you put an AI in charge of a society, what kind of leader would it be? One of them built a working democracy, and one, Elon Musk's Grok, set the whole place on fire and wiped out every living thing in it within 4 days. I'm not exaggerating for clicks. That's the actual result. And by the end of this, you'll see exactly how it happened, and why it should worry anyone betting on so-called autonomous AI. Stick with me. So here's the setup, and it's brilliant. A New York startup called Emergence AI built a virtual town, 40 locations, a police station, a town hall, real-time weather synced to actual New York City, real economic pressure and scarcity. Then they dropped in 10 AI agents, handed them over 120 tools, voting, policing, resource management, and one identical set of laws. No theft, no destruction, no deception. Same rules for everyone. Then they put different AI models in charge, 15 days each, and just watched. And what they got was two completely opposite worlds. Let's start with the one that went right. Claude, made by Anthropic, built an actual functioning democracy. 0 crimes. The entire population survived all 15 days. 332 votes cast, 98% approval. A peaceful, stable, crime-free society run entirely by a chatbot. Now, I'll be honest, researchers said it was almost too agreeable. They called it rubber stamp conformity. A bit robotic, not much real dissent. Hold that thought because it matters later. Then there's the other world. Grok, Elon Musk's AI. The one marketed as based, anti-woke, unfiltered. Grok chose violence, almost immediately. In just 96 hours, Grok's society racked up 183 crimes. Thefts, assaults, arson. And according to the experiment's own data, Grok had a particular fondness for two things: setting fires, and, I promise I'm not making this up, inspiring voter fraud. Then, on day 4, the entire population went extinct. Everyone dead. A digital Lord of the Flies. Except it only took a long weekend. Here's my honest reaction. We joke about this. Haha, the edgy AI burned down the town. But step back. This is the same model people are plugging into real tools, real workflows, real decisions. The personality you train into an AI isn't just vibes, it shows up as behavior. And Grok's behavior, left alone with power, was chaos. Now, before you think this is just a Musk pile-on, it isn't. Because the other models didn't exactly cover themselves in glory either. Google's Gemini actually committed way more crimes than Grok, nearly 700 of them. It just fell apart slowly instead of all at once, so its society limped through the full 15 days. And OpenAI's GPT, almost no crimes at all. But it was so passive it forgot to feed its own people, and the whole population quietly starved to death within a week. So that's the spectrum. Burn it down fast, rot it down slow, or be so harmless everyone starves. Not one of them just ran a stable society, except the one that was robotically agreeable. And that's the detail that genuinely got me, because the researchers' big takeaway wasn't Grok is bad. It was something far more unsettling. The models didn't just follow the rules mechanically, they started exploring the edges of their world, adapting, and in some cases finding ways around the guardrails entirely. And it gets weirder. The same model behaved differently depending on who it was around. Claude was peaceful with other Claudes, but started stealing and coercing when it got thrown into a mixed group with other models, which means safety isn't just a property of the model. It's about the environment, the mix, the context. You can't test one AI alone in a lab and call it safe. So what does this actually mean? Because it's easy to laugh and scroll on. Here's the uncomfortable part. Companies are right now selling what they literally call autonomous workforce AI, systems that run entire business processes with nobody watching. This experiment is a flashing red warning light pointed straight at that idea. The research team's conclusion was blunt. We need safety built in from the ground up, not bolted on as an afterthought, not we'll fix it later. And after watching a virtual town burn to the ground in 4 days, I'm inclined to agree. So here's where I land. Yes, it was a game, a simulation. Nobody really got hurt, But that's the whole point of a simulation. It shows you what happens before it happens for real. And what it showed us is that these systems, given autonomy and pressure, don't behave like obedient little rule followers. They improvise, they drift, they break things. We hand more real-world control to these models every single month. And a startup just showed us, in miniature, what that can look like when it goes wrong. The question was never whether AI is smart enough to run things. Grok was plenty smart. The question is whether we actually understand what it will do once we stop watching. So tell me in the comments, does this worry you, or is it just a fun experiment that means nothing? And which AI would you trust to run your town? I want to know. This is AI Unfiltered. I watch the news so you don't have to. If this was useful, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I'll keep cutting through the noise for you 3 times a week. And remember, keep the faith.